Okay, here's an update on the Venture 25 sailboat. I've got a tarp still. Haven't done much. It was too cold in the winter to do any fiberglass work, and I didn't want to strip out any of the supports just in case the hull changed shape or distorted sitting all winter. But I got the patches at the back done. I have to sand a little bit more, maybe put a little bit more glass on. Coming inside here, I got these ones done. I took the winches off, and I'm going to sand and put that gel coat on. I fixed the hatch cover, and I've started working. It's a bit of a mess inside there, but I've got the front bunk done, and I've been working my way back. I've got this cut out. This was all rotten and replaced. I have to measure and put that top board to sit on. I'm going to go with the table there, seat here, and seat there, and either a small compartment over there. I'm just going to get in it. Should have given it a little clean up. It's been pretty dusty because I've been sanding a lot. I've got the inside all sanded. I got to still up in that top corner where they sprayed the glue in they had carpet on the walls, but someone had already stripped the carpet. But from the front of the keel housing up to the bow there is 6'6", so that should make a decent sized bunk for me to sleep in. I don't know if I'm going to have a little locker up the front there for the anchor rope and stuff, but I'll have storage underneath there for the fishing rods and what have you, but it's not going to be very easily accessible. I might cut some styrofoam and just poke it right up the bow so nothing can, or that pour in foam flotation. I still have to do the roof, sand it down, and do that mount for the mast support. And swing back to the back here. I've just been using this cardboard as like a template to be able to cut the plywood. And I'm going to run one bunk right back and one bunk right back there. This piece here was cut out, and I put a new piece in here, but learning with fiberglass, it's all nice and tight when you put the wood in there dry, but the minute you slather it in fiberglass resin, it slips and slides around everywhere. I should have had a better way of clamping it into place. I kind of just prop that board up there to hold it till it dries, but I've kind of been putting a piece in, let it dry, put the next piece in, let it dry. So it's kind of slow going. I've only been mixing up that small container half full, which is about 250 mils of resin at a time. And it was a bit intimidating doing it at the start, and I was freaking out, but it's definitely going a lot better now. And I've just been painting the plywood with resin first, and then using the chop strand mat to do the first layer. It recommended filling this sharp corner in first with filler, so it's a nice rounded corner, then fiberglassing, but Um, I should have probably done it, but the old one was done like this, so I'm just kind of copying the old one. It was good for 30 years. If I get 30 years out of it, I'm good. That's the way I figure. And it wasn't an issue of the strength wasn't an issue at all. It was the wood just rotted away because they should have like sealed the wood in resin, and then it would have just been not dried. Maybe it'll still dry rot, I'm not sure, but definitely the moisture won't get into rot it because all these stringers at the back here are original and they're all sound and they're all covered in glass. I don't know why they cut this piece out. They must have had batteries or something to fit in this cabinet space, I think. There's two 2x4s that kind of run here along, and then there's a notch out of that one there and just over there, and the 2x4 kind of runs across, and that's what your support that you stand down on, and then plywood on top. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do, if I'm going to run plywood from here right back and then a short piece from here kind of over plywood, or if I'm just going to run plywood straight across. That's originally how they had it, and then a piece starting here and running up to here. And this little piece here, I was going to kind of leave it open to have better access underneath the bunks, but they did have a little piece in here across, I think, to support this trunk of the keel. So I wanted some support. So I might run a 2x4 from here across to get the height, and then have a little step kind of there just to thing. But I also kind of want it open so I can stuff sail bags or coolers and stuff underneath there when we are, or like a food bin or something when we're out thinging. But this should be good height for the table to kind of come across, but basically like that out. Can't really see because I'm kind of too close. Maybe not. This is just a piece of cardboard for the bow section that I cut out. But some kind of little table here, and maybe I seen on some boats they had like a table that flopped down here and then flopped up, so when you put your stove here, so when you're cooking, the heat and everything goes straight out the cabin. I might do that as well, because I feel that this piece of the deck needs a little bit more support, so I'm not sure quite how to support that better. At the moment they've got this little piece underneath here, and you can see it's bowed that's not a very good support at all. It's working, but it's kind of not the best. And they have that pegboard kind of running back. I'm presuming just for, I think they had like fishing rods and paddles kind of peg hooked on that. I think I'm just going to get rid of that just to give that a little bit more room, and that brace like that, it kind of takes away from the bunk here that's going to be here. I think I'm going to get rid of that support there and just have something kind of come up underneath to support it, run across these stringers or runners, whatever you want to call them, and then just support it underneath, just so Gives you a little bit extra room there for if you're in there sleeping to roll around and move and not have that jab into your ribs or whatever. I like to run some lights up higher down the back, LEDs is my thinking, just to lighten it up so it doesn't feel so confined in there. Your head's going to be out this end anyways. They have a little hose inlet or drain here for a sink. I'm still debating whether I'm going to use that or not. Be nice to have a sink, but trying to jam all that extra little things in there when you can just have a bucket of water and throw it overboard seems more practical than having plumbing and stuff. I don't know what to do with that. If I should just seal it up and maybe have the option there if I do need it, but don't actually use it. I'm not sure yet. Still thinking on that one. I kind of regret that they even put that in there. More holes you have in the hull, the more chance for leaks. And there's another one over here as well, which I don't think is necessary. It's just I might just seal that right up. I haven't decided 100% on what to do with that one, just because it's going to be underneath the seat, no access to it. I am just going to put the plywood in across and cut holes for access hatches probably next year. Not even worry about it this year. Just kind of seal everything up. Same with this, where the think I'm going to put the batteries here. I'm not going to cut holes unless I have time to, but I don't think I'm going to have time this year to do it. I want to just try to get all the fiberglassing done, and I can try to do some of the finishing work over winter before it gets really cold. I'd like to get all the painting done and thing, but I don't even know if that's going to happen this year. I'd like to my main focus is to get the fiberglassing all complete. And that's my plan. I'm going to just glue on like a board that runs back kind of there. That's what they had originally. And then the plywood will sit on this one and then run across and sit on that one. And I think I'm going to have those screwed down, but able to just lift up if I need to get access. But I think I'm just going to put styrofoam underneath that for flotation, because I don't think I'm going to need that space back there. Be nice to have, but I think I'd rather just have flotation, just in case anything does happen, that it doesn't completely go down. And that's where I'm at.